welcome to the Webcast for Wednesday, April 9th. I'm South Ops meteorologist Jonathan O'Brien. Visible satellite this morning shows sunny skies over most of the region with just a few low clouds in the southern San Joaquin Valley and some marine layer fog right along some of the south coast beaches. A ridge of high pressure is strengthening overhead of us today, and as a result, we're going to start cranking up the temperatures today. The building ridge is evident on water vapor satellite as well. You can see how the nose of the ridge off the coast of the Pacific Northwest is pressing its way further and further northward, indicative of a strengthening trend. Here's a look at today's forecast high temperatures. We've already been several degrees above normal the past few days, and we're going to build on that today, with the valleys and high desert getting into the mid-80s to around 90. And Thursday and Friday look to be the warmest days for most areas as the ridge peaks in strength over the region, with upper 80s to low 90s in the valleys, and the low desert near triple-digit territory. Minimum humidity will be mainly in the 15 to 30% range for the next few days, higher right along the coast and in portions of the Sierra, but lower in the deserts. Winds will be light and mostly terrain-driven through Thursday. A steadier onshore flow pattern will develop later Friday and through Saturday. Westerly winds of 15 to 25 miles per hour with gusts to 40 miles per hour will surface across the mountain ridges and through the desert passes Friday afternoon through Saturday evening. The strong ridge will dominate our weather through Friday, then uncertainty starts to grow by this weekend. We do know that the ridge is going to weaken and shift further eastward, bringing a cooling trend to California. But what's less clear is how much influence we'll be seeing from multiple weak troughs and cutoff lows attempting to make their way in from the Pacific. Right now, most indications are that a general weak ridging pattern will remain in place through early to mid next week, though those offshore lows may try to undercut the ridge. As the ridge weakens and onshore flow increases, Saturday will see several degrees of cooling across the region, with valley highs falling into the mid-70s to mid-80s. But those values are still near to a little above normal, and most indications are that from there we'll basically level out in the temperature department through early to mid next week, with overall pleasant spring weather continuing. Humidity will increase a little away from the deserts this weekend and next week, especially towards the coast as the marine layer deepens a little. And winds look to be light and mostly local and terrain-driven from Sunday through early next week. Depending on the track of those offshore cutoff lows, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms with light rainfall totals may affect the region early to mid next week, but this is uncertain and it's very much possible will remain dry. Dead fuel moistures will remain on sharp downward trends the next few days, and in some cases will be near record dry territory by this weekend and early next week. While that is notable, it's not a significant concern this time of year, as even the record dry values for this time of year are still well above critical levels, and most of our fuel load is in the live category. Nonetheless, it does indicate abnormally dry conditions, which at this time of year can often be favorable for prescribed burning. Large fire potential will remain very low overall through the period due to continued green-up, with most low-elevation grasses still at least a couple of weeks away from curing, and with many species nearing their seasonal peak in live fuel moisture. However, the warm weather may bring some increase in initial attack the next few days, with some potential for fire spread in the deserts on breezier days, as we have begun to see a modest uptick in desert fire activity. That's it for today's webcast. Thanks for joining us. The next one will be on Friday, April 11th.